All right. Who would like to say grace? Gordon?
Fuck off, will you?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand spanking new episode of PT3600. My name
I
is
always
Ryan.
got to spank it.
Oh, all right.
Stop spanking it.
This is how it. You know what? Since you want to talk so much, why don't you introduce everyone this time? Huh? Yeah.
Nah,
yeah.
I'm
Putting the
good.
light on you now.
Okay. Well, I'm Ashton. That was Ryan, who I rudely interrupted. Your host for the
I'm fucking
evening.
done. I'm done. I'm done here.
Joining us is Dangles, Lieutenant Dangles, aka Tyler, aka Hershey Kiss.
Is that because
What
of his
it
nipples?
do? Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's wicked.
You got the fine nipples, and we have a special guest, very special, BIGDAE. BIGDAE, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
That
Well,
wasn't
year
James
for the
Bond.
one time, for the year one time. How's everybody?
You guys might know him from our streams. Sometimes he's hanging out in our streams, playing Apex and stuff on mixer.com/Primal Target.
Shut the fuck up.
But the topic we're going with today is what dinner guests would you want to have at your dinner table from like all time? They have to be real people, dead or alive, doesn't matter. So let's get into it. I think. Am I going first? Is that,
Yeah,
is
you're
that what's
going
Yeah,
happening?
I think
I'm
the
going
order
first?
is gonna go Ashton, me, Tyler, and then Day.
All right. So my first one is gonna be Mike Myers.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yes. Austin Powers, Shrek, Fat Bastard, Dr. Evil. I mean, he's just so much all in one. So definitely him, because he'd be like fucking hilarious the entire time, yelling at me, Scottish accent. It'd be
I thought
it'd be
it was a killer
amazing.
at first.
Be
The killer, Michael Myers.
The killer? No, dude.
I forgot.
The
I forgot
shade.
his name is like Mike Myers.
Nah, dude.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's a good
So
choice.
he would be my first pick. He'd be my first pick.
Your
for
first
sure.
draft pick is what that
Yes,
is. Okay.
100%, 100%.
Wait, question. Are we doing like Ashton says is one, Ryan says is one, or
Yeah.
like we're going through the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah.
list?
No, just
No,
one.
no.
Just one at a
One-
time. We'll
one-
because
one at a time.
we'll see if we have time for more at the
All right.
end, or if we can actually get to the full table. We're gonna start with 3. At least 3 are gonna get invited to the table. If we have more time, we'll introduce a total of 5 at the end. That's how it's gonna kind of work.
All right. And next up is Ryan.
All right, this one's kind of not that much of a surprise, but Walt Disney was gonna be
Oh,
one of mine because I don't know. To get into the mind of Walt Disney would be kind of an interesting one of just how the pressures of Disneyland, the pressures of creating, even going back to him getting kicked out of like Paramount and Universal and stuff. I think that there's something there that like would be really cool to just kind of learn the craft from him or something like that. Just something from
Kind
him.
of pick his brain. pick
Yeah,
his brain a
I
little
think
bit.
he could actually give information that could help like for creativeness, like just how he's created all of the from Mickey to the conception of Disneyland and then all the way to Disney World. It'd be kind of cool to see.
Well, so you're trying to like sit down with actual man, not his frozen brain.
Allegedly, that is what people think that happened, but he didn't make it in time for that. He died and he got cremated, so he's very
Oh.
much dead.
Sure about
Well,
that?
damn.
I know.
They always say.
I know that's what happened.
He is Mr. Disney. He knows everything that to do with
Yeah.
Disney. Period.
He
I will
tried.
never
He
fight
tried
him on
to. He tried to get into that. Learn about that, but he died before he could make a decision. So
How did he die? Old age?
no cancer. He had lung cancer because he
Oh,
smoked like
damn.
a chimney. Yeah, it's something
Oh,
that
jeez.
Disney doesn't really like to shine a light on. But
that.
yeah,
Shit.
but yeah, I would really like to know. Pick the brain of Walt Disney, figurative and maybe literally, depending on if you're living in Ashton's universe. But anyway, Tyler, what do you got?
This one's not gonna be. It's definitely. It's Hitler. That's it.
Hitler.
Yes.
Hitler.
Adolf
I have to
Hitler.
know
Okay.
why. I want to pick his brain. Why does he think the way he does? Why did he?
Do you
Why,
think
why
he'd
start all
accept your
this bullshit?
invitation, or
Probably not.
Probably
Probably
not. But I mean, you wouldn't even speak the same language, though. I mean,
Let's say in this reality, there is no like you'll have translators. Don't worry about that.
Well, just let him know you're not Jewish, and he might come.
He's still black. So
But apparently that's not as bad. Apparently,
yeah.
So
maybe, yeah.
According to him. According
yeah.
to him.
But what are the reasons? Would you prefer to have Hitler there?
Like I said, I want to know why did he do what he did. What was the thought process behind it, and then why? Because we all know, like, why preach that the Aryan features were the dominant features when you yourself never had it. Like he fooled the whole country into thinking that that was it.
Well, yeah, it's just the work of a lot of propaganda, and a lot of it was staged too. He had big crowds go there, and they didn't even know what they were showing up for, and they just got caught up in the moment. It was kind of like the mob mentality happened a lot for a lot of his stuff. If you look back in history. So yeah, he's fucking crazy fanatic. Interesting choice. Yeah.
What about you, Day? What do you got?
I have a lot, but I would have to go with Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, that's a good choice.
Damn. Okay.
Why the Marvel Man himself?
Because of his creative thought. Like he brought so many characters out into the world that inspired others. So I would like to, pick at his brain for that. And he really helped. What do you call it? He helped. Can't even say it, man.
Yeah, I mean,
emotional.
Yeah, no. If like him just being who he was, like, and yeah, I can definitely see what you're saying of where Stan Lee is this. Pretty much, he became everyone's lovable grandpa eventually. But like the fact that he created characters such as like Spider-Man and Black Panther and all these other characters that are such a niche audience specific to a person that can be inspired by those characters. I definitely agree with you. Stan Lee is definitely a really good pick.
Yeah, I regret not putting him on mine. That's a pretty good pick.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace for real.
It's for you, Stan. What about you?
This is circling back to me again.
Yeah,
huh?
Ashton's turn.
Okay, so we got some funny at the table already. We got our funny man.
Yeah, you got Mike Myers so far on your
list.
list.
Let's get a little crazy. Let's throw Jim Carrey in the mix.
Wow.
You
have got
I like that.
two very comedic people at your
Yes.
That's a good pick though.
Yes, he's definitely one of my favorite actors, along with Mike Myers. But his comedy is so wild and so just insanity all the time, just fucking crazy. He would add such a weird kind of like person to the mix. I'm just trying to think of
he's very creative.
Yeah, he's very. I have a feeling he'd be making gnarly faces with food and shit. I don't know. He'd just be fucking crazy. And I don't know. Just a crazy dude at the dinner table. Something that you wouldn't like. It's the guy you wouldn't want to take anywhere. That's who I want at my table.
Got it. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, if you would have asked me, if you would have asked 8-year-old me, he definitely would have made that table. Right now he's like an honorable mention, but yeah, Jim Carrey, very inspirational comic for me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's great. He's one of the greats for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be pretty fucking hilarious.
All right, my turn again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to go with Bill Gates. Just because
Bill Gates?
Yeah,
Mr. Microsoft. Huh?
Yeah, I actually did a report on him in middle school.
So did I.
In middle school, we had to dress up as humanitarians, and since Bill Gates has the Bill and Linda, I think that's his wife's name, Gates Foundation, they are classified as humanitarians because he gives so much money to all of these different causes from the Gates Foundation. But yeah, it's I really like even though he made all this money with Microsoft and did that whole thing, he pursued to then go help people. Like, he now uses his money, though he's a billionaire, he could do whatever he wants with it, but he uses some of it at least to his foundation to further more scientific experiments into cleaner water, the mosquito protection for third world countries, to slow down like spread of diseases and stuff. And I don't know. I think that it's a really cool thing that even though he's this rich person, he's still, and he doesn't need to really work anymore. Like, you know, he could still get the checks from Microsoft of starting that company.
Yeah. 100%.
Even current like Bill Gates. Like, I don't even really know. We didn't really discuss like how old these people are in their lives of when they're coming to the table. But I'm just saying in general for this person, and especially for Bill, it's like, I'd like to know the stories of his startup, of like them starting in the garage, of trying to make Microsoft, and him and Paul Allen's stories. You know, they got some wild stories of maybe, because I mean they're best friends, so they're gonna have the fighting stories and the, oh man, he came clutch in these certain situations, and you know, it'd be cool to hear those stories, I think.
Yeah, a lot of history there. Yeah, it'd be pretty sweet because he, you know, he's one of the pioneers of the internet. So
yeah, of you know, electronics in general,
like modern, like just modern day, like everything.
Yeah. All right, Tyler, you're up to bat.
Oh, okay. Do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
So my mic was fucking up. My second person on the list is Fred Hampton. Do you guys know what Fred Hampton is?
Fred Hampton, singer, right?
No,
Fred Hampton. I'm pretty sure if I got his name correctly, I'm gonna look it up. I've got to fact check this. Fred Hampton was the leader.
Drop it in Discord.
Of what you call it? I'll do it. Fred Hampton was the leader of the Black Panther movement, who was killed at around like 21, 22.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, to talk to somebody who's a leader of a movement such as that, I would like, again, the Hitler thing, like to pick his brain, because it was a clip on Twitter, if I can find it and send it to you if you wanted to use it in any way. He was talking about like how we need to like re-educate ourselves, and I thought it was really interesting to read, and to think somebody at my age was saying more profound shit than I can think of ever.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was really cool, and that it was sad that like he died the way he died. I forgot how he died. I think one of his friends set him up, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was assassinated basically.
Yeah, in his sleep, I think. He wasn't even awake. I think they had raided the house that he was in, and they were told that he was gonna be there. He wasn't even up when they raided, and he was killed.
Yeah. Killed him, man. Sad. They killed him.
Oh, go ahead.
No, never mind.
No, what, is it too
they killed him
graphic?
because, you know, they planned him as a terrorist, so
like they tried to play the terrorist card.
Yeah.
Damn.
They just like assassinated him, man, basically.
Wow. Yeah, that would be crazy, just to really, especially someone that like died for like a cause, like to hear how passionate they were to like go to fear nothing but to try and fight for the cause that they were trying to go for. That would be a really good person there. All right, Day, I think you're up.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Get some science stuff in here.
Yeah. Science
I like
is
him.
Yeah, science is the best, man. Like, I like learning about space and stuff, like all the astrophysicism.
Mm-hmm.
And like I can literally listen to a lecture from him for 10 hours. So I would sit at the table, just listen and talk about space.
Is there anything particular you would ask him?
Oh man,
where do you see human civilization in 1,000 years from now? Where we'll be in like
Jesus Christ,
like in another planet? Do you think we'll be still on Earth? Stuff like that. We'll be in like Pluto or whatever.
Yeah, like would we be traveling?
Yeah, traveling through all the
space,
stars and stuff like that.
That would be
entering
fun.
other galaxies.
Yeah, and he'd give you a flat out answer because I know how blunt he is with stuff.
Yeah,
so
Yes.
he ain't gonna bullshit
really good
you.
speaker.
I thought the like the thought process of like where we're gonna be in like a couple of years is like the sun is just gonna like expand and just like completely snuff out everything.
Yeah, but that's
Not
just
a couple
for
years.
this galaxy.
That's like
No, I did say a
Yes,
couple
billion
thousand, but I think it's more to the
it's a
billion.
billion years. We're gonna be long gone from this galaxy. By that time, we're gonna have probably colonies. That's if climate change doesn't wipe us all out.
Yeah.
yeah, we're kind of on a clock here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
if we're
fucked.
gonna be doing that shit, we gotta get on it right meow.
Yeah, right now, because I want to be 40, please.
Is there-
Why do you
is-
want to be 40?
I mean,
there-
okay,
Why
because
40?
Oh,
how they like go about it is like we won't really make it for like another 10 years. Like I need some coochie, and I need to be 40.
We talked about pornography earlier. Anyway, Day, was there anything that you like? Is there any reason other than him just being a scientist? Like, would you bringing him to the table? Is there any other personality traits that he has that you're like, oh man, I gotta talk to this dude?
Well, his don't. All right, yeah, my cat almost plugged up my Ethernet cord.
That would have been bad.
Him, from his struggles to his from his beginnings, I've kind of read up on how he came up. He's also from the Bronx,
Oh, okay.
where I'm from
I
and
actually
stuff
did not
like
know
that.
that.
Yeah, he went to
Damn.
he went to he went to Clinton, so
Oh.
he doesn't live that far from where I live and stuff like that. So I want to see how he became, how he was.
Yeah, where did his path branch
Yeah.
off? That
Yeah.
would be a really good. That's interesting. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
pretty sweet.
Ashton, I think you're next.
Okay, this next guy is actually a perfect segue. Thanks for that easy work done for me today. Joe Rogan.
Was that an easy segue?
Yeah.
Easy
All
segue.
right.
Neil deGrasse Tyson's
hear
been on
you out.
multiple podcasts with him. 100%. Like he's on Joe Rogan podcast all the time. And they always talk so like they always talk about space stuff and like kind of like controversial stuff. Like they were talking about the Space Force.
Space Force.
And then like Neil deGrasse Tyson was like saying, it's not a bad idea, but it's like kind of weird though, because we could be doing other stuff. But like Joe Rogan, to get on to Joe Rogan, he's super funny guy. He's super chill. Like he's one of the most chill
Well,
people.
he smokes weed, so he's
Yeah. Yeah. But he's super chill, and he's not like, he's pretty humble too. Like he's like, look, I have smart people come on here and I talk about stuff with them that I research, but I'm not the smartest man in the world. I just know how to read. Like, and then I talk to these guys so they can tell me, how dumb I am and like to inform me on this shit. So he would be really cool to have a conversation with because he doesn't have that ego, where he's talking down to anybody. He treats everybody like an equal.
Yeah.
And he has the balls to like talk about all these subjects with all these super highly intelligent people on his podcast. So he could literally talk to anyone about anything.
Yeah.
Is there anything
I like that
specific
too.
that you would bring up to him that you'd be like, hey, let's talk about the UFC or let's talk about the comedic like your comic stand-up stuff or what?
So
would you...
I'd be talking about his comic stand. I don't really care about his UFC history.
Mhm.
I don't honestly care about that. Maybe like I'd want to kind of figure out why he went maybe from UFC to doing like podcasts and comedy. Maybe that was more of his passion, but
I think he's
I'd
still
wanna talk to him.
ringside. Isn't he still ringside with
I don't know.
UFC?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I only follow him on,
Yeah, he's still doing
his
it.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I haven't checked
still
out any
doing
of his
it.
comedy stuff, but I don't know. I just want him there because he'd be really cool to have a conversation with, literally about anything. You could talk about fucking anything with the dude.
Okay, so to
There would always be
recap,
something to talk
for
about.
your table of 3 so far. Well, actually, technically, it's your table of 4 because you're included in it. But you have Mike Myers,
Mhm.
Jim Carrey, and
Joe
Rogan.
Yep.
Okay, that's a pretty sturdy. I mean, you guys are definitely going to be laughing. I can tell you that much.
Yes. It's
All right.
it's going to be a table of laughs.
Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty good table of 4. 3 guests.
3. Yeah.
Well, it's you included. I'm just like a table of
Oh,
4 with
well.
you, but yeah, I guess we'll just say table of 3 because it makes it easier.
On
My third would be okay, so he's French, so I tried to spell his name out phonetically, so it's Denis Villeneuve, I think is how you say his name.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the director of Blade Runner 2049, and he directed Arrival, and then he's directing Dune. It's just, he's a director, but the thing is like the cinematography and the shots that he works with, I know there's like a whole crew and stuff that obviously work within that, the writing and things like that make those movies really good. But it's his selections that make those the final cut, you know. And so when I see Blade Runner, there are shots in there that I'm just like, you could put that on a poster at any time. Like, there are frames, several frames in that movie that I could just be like, oh, I could put that on my wall. Like, there's a shot in Blade Runner where it's like this orange and hue sunset with Ryan Gosling's, like, he's like the a black
body.
silhouette. Well, he's just a silhouette, and it's just a black silhouette.
Okay.
But if you look at it, it's just the way it's framed, his directing style with obviously his cinematographer, his DP did a great job in that movie. Arrival turned out really good, and he made those movies like pretty close to each other. And the fact that he pumped out 2 really good movies, I haven't seen any other stuff that he's done other than those 2, but I can't wait till he does Dune. And I really think he's a pretty good visionary of being a really good director. So anyway, that's my third.
That's a good choice. Yeah, I know you always talk about that Ryan Gosling shot.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Because he's so good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling was great in that movie.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Whoa.
fucking smoking.
All right.
No, he is. Him and Jason Momoa, sexy fucking dudes. I do not like
man.
I do not like.
Clearly,
I do not like men. There's nothing wrong with like men.
No.
If
you're comfortable with
if you paid me,
wait, huh?
if you paid me, and or right, I had a couple drinks. Jason Momoa came over, touched my shoulder. It's on and popping.
Whoa!
Wow!
I'm comfortable with that.
Well,
all right, my man.
I'd let Jason Momoa pop a bear me. That'd be fine.
Wow!
Papa bear me,
like,
man.
Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Like
him and probably like my ugly like man crush would have to be like John Mayer, because I feel like he'd treat me really nice the morning after.
Okay, I think this is another topic in a different episode,
Okay.
so we'll save this one. We'll come back to this. But good God, I didn't think that announcing that, what is it, Denis Villeneuve would have gotten to this part of the conversation.
Because Ryan Gosling in the movie. All right, so
That's very
on to
true.
me for my third. All right, my third would have to be Nikola Tesla.
Oh,
Okay.
Of course, I like science just like Day does. I think it's really interesting. I feel like that describes me. And as him, and like everyone knows like the story about like how Thomas Edison supposedly
Edison versus Tesla and stuff like that.
Yeah, like how he stole his idea. I want to see I want to talk to him about it. Like what happened, bro?
Did you see the movie that Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Holland are in?
Was it about that? I actually did not see it.
It's
I think I heard about it.
It's about the oh God, I'm gonna say Chicago. I think it's not. Yes, maybe it is. I don't know. It's about a World's Fair that they're all trying to fight to bring the light bulb, and then they're gonna present it to then be the lighting of the whole entire park.
I know what you're talking about. It's coming out this year. I think it came out already.
It came out. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've seen the trailer for it. It looks good.
It was really good, and it's pretty. I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward to what actually happened, just based on what I've heard. But yeah, it's So what else would you ask him about? Just the battle between him and
No. Well, that is one in like I know I'm pretty sure I haven't really looked up on all of it, but Nikola Tesla of course came up with other ideas. I want to know what more of them were, because not everything someone ever invents or thinks of ever makes it to light. Like inventors have like sketchbooks. Like what else was he thinking of at the time? Because when you like fuck with something like electricity, anything is fucking possible at that point. Like it opens the doors to a lot. So that's all I wanted. Like, what else were you thinking of? What else would you have like to show me?
Yeah, what was in his work pad essentially? Yeah. No,
and Leonardo da Vinci, you want to get in there.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of Nikola Tesla stuff that he was getting funding for, they shut down because it was either like too dangerous or was gonna provide a service that would run some other people out of business. So there's some like big pockets involved in a lot of it shit. You could have done so much more, but because of like politics and stuff, yeah, he was only able to do all this.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty sweet. I'd want to know what else he's got going on. We can bring that shit, get it done today, and make our lives way better.
Of course.
Yeah,
That'd
and
be
maybe-
pretty awesome.
Maybe make him fight Elon Musk for the title of the name. I mean, it's his name.
I mean,
Literally.
I'm sure you'd be okay.
Literally fight him.
Yeah, literally fight him. Elon Musk in
I meant literally like a
just in a
fist fight
boxing ring.
in the octagon. Let's see some shit.
Yeah. No, that I would be curious to see what he would think, knowing that like he inspired an electric car, like, and it works and it runs well. It's expensive as hell, but like it still works.
Yeah, you
so.
ever seen the fucking Cybertruck? Shit's fucking
Yeah, I'm getting that shit in 2021.
You can pre-order it. It's not that expensive. I think it's like
it's like
100.
35,000.
But I think it's like 1,000 to put to pre-order or 100 to pre-order. It's not that
Put that
much.
shit down.
All right.
that's a cheap truck.
Yeah. Well, no, to put to pre-order.
Pre-order
it's not to get the truck.
No, for 35 grand though.
Oh.
Is that
Yeah,
the
for 35
price
grand.
was? That's a
Yeah,
cheap
that's how
truck.
much it is. That's a cheap truck, yeah. But they have the expensive one. It's like 60. It's like double it, 60.
Yeah, I think
But I heard that one's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It runs
and
for
that one-
a long time.
That one's more powerful than the Ford F-150, I guess. They did
Well, I just heard gas mileage. I mean, like not gas
Yeah.
mileage, but like the miles that it can get is insane. So
yeah.
that's if you
We-
get the dual motor one though, or the
Oh,
three motor.
yeah.
The 3 motor. That's what it is.
Yeah,
3 motors? No
Yeah, it has
fucking
3
way.
motors.
yeah.
Oh,
that's the
man.
expensive one. 3 motors.
Yeah.
Shit is amazing.
That's dope.
You can get like
I've never heard
500
that
and
before.
some odd miles on each charge. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
All right, Dave, what do you got?
This one's kind of
Rounding out your party of 3.
See, I was gonna go with a music artist, but I chose 3 out of all that.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think we're gonna have time for the others, but
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'll just say right now, for now, is Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, good pick.
Oh,
good pick. good
man.
pick.
All right.
I
Yeah.
debated him too.
Yeah,
go
it's between him and some other people, but yeah, I just want to get into his mind, ask him about like just go into current politics with him and stuff like that, and current world stuff. That's it. That's really it. Like I love his music and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like having Kendrick. Have you ever seen a Kendrick Lamar concert?
No, man, I want to go, but you know,
Yeah.
he
You got that
barely
baller
has
on a budget,
concerts.
you know. Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
baller on a budget,
I feel
definitely.
it. Yeah, I actually have seen Kendrick Lamar with Travis Scott and Dram. But yeah, just the vibe that you get with Kendrick out there in general, like you know that, hey, the words that he wrote out, them some strong words sometimes, and
Mhm.
sometimes you need to like
Yeah,
actually hear what he's saying, and then you're like, oh man, like this is a good song, but he's also kind of hitting hard. There's also other songs that he usually just, makes one for the record, but
yeah, but most of his songs that you listen to, it really strikes an idea in your head. It's
yeah.
like, yeah. So like most of the songs, like his album To Pimp a Butterfly, there's a couple songs on that I kind of relate to, and I kind of like sit down and really listen to that album, really think about a lot of stuff that he was saying. So
Is there any song that if you could be like, hey Kendrick, can I listen to this song with you, and then can you like explain like what this song is about? Like, would there be a song that you would choose?
yeah, I don't have it in my. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Sure, we can banter.
Literally-
Tyler, you've heard of Kendrick Lamar. Let's see.
Of course, that's okay. What
Is there
about
any?
Kendrick?
I mean, like
The song I've listened to a lot recently, I mean, it doesn't take much depth to go into because he kind of lays it out there. Like it's old Kendrick song, "Sing About Me." If you ever heard that
Yeah,
song,
that song is great. That song is great.
I would like to go like, what was he thinking about when like writing it? Because there's like 3 stories he tries to tell, which is
Yeah.
like the story of like a friend of his who got shot. No, a friend of his who got shot, and he's supposed to be portraying his brother who was going for like revenge, and the brother winds up getting killed. And then it was the sister of a woman he has supposedly wrote about. I think another one of his songs was like Keisha's song, which is like the girl who was like just selling her body, and it was her sister who also happened to be like a prostitute in a way.
Yeah,
I think I know this.
Yeah.
And then the last one was just him and like his outlook on everything, and like he was addressing each of the people that he was supposed to be portraying, and like still talking about how he felt. I think that's like been my favorite. I got back to listen to it, and it's really good.
Damn,
Yeah,
deep
I think
shit.
the first album I had from him was Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah, that was the first album. It was
the
on that
first song I ever heard from him was ADHD, and I was hooked.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one I did hear. I didn't know it was him though, because I heard it in GTA, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I was like,
he had a couple of those songs. He had like 2 songs that was on that. I think
Damn was a good album too. That was a good record.
I found the song it's Mortal Man. It's basically the last song on To Pimp a Butterfly. Like,
that's the one album I haven't listened to yet. For some
you got to listen to it, man.
I know. I'd never get around to it. I'll listen to it tomorrow. But yeah,
it's a good song.
So what is it about that
minutes.
song?
It's 12 minutes long. So he talks about being a black person in America and stuff like that, and then just talks about all the struggles of being a mortal man. What can you accomplish? Stuff like that. How is your legacy gonna be proven after you're gone? How's it gonna be shown after you're gone? Stuff like that. And then like towards the end of the song, like literally after the song, he has like a epilogue where he talks to Tupac, but it's like an interview from like in the 90s, so he's just kind of talking.
Oh, so they cut it so that it seems like he's asking. Oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. And then at the end, he asks Tupac one last question, and Pac doesn't answer because he's dead. Because that's kind of like the Mortal Man legacies. Like Tupac made all these songs and stuff like that, and
it's crazy how Kendrick can literally write poetry. He literally writes poetry, and it's just there really isn't. I mean, I was just looking at Apple Music, and like, if you can imagine, Damn came out in 2017.
Yeah,
it's like, and then the Black Panther album came out, obviously, but he mainly just produced that. So it's like, it's just wild to think that he can take a break, still has the impact he has, because we know it's gonna be fire next time it comes out. So
I think he's dropping an album this year. I think.
I'm still waiting for the J. Cole Kendrick album. Where's that at? Where's that at?
J. Cole's dropping an album this year too. So, I mean next year.
Yeah, 2020.
So, yeah.
I was just listening to J. Cole today.
Oh,
but alrighty, that's a good one. All right, I think we've got time. We only made it halfway through the episode, so we could get our final 2 in there for our full table of 5. Ashton, who is your 4th person you're inviting to the table?
Gordon fucking Ramsay.
That's a good pick.
Hey,
That's a
I like
pretty good
that.
pick.
I respect.
See, he's gonna be just shit talking everybody.
I don't know.
He's gonna be.
I think everyone's gonna have a good time at your table.
Purpose guy over there, like he's gonna probably make your dinner.
That's probably
or if you made it, he's gonna shit on it.
Yes. Yeah. So either way, that will turn out pretty fucking great. And then everyone's just gonna be acting out and shit, and his reactions are gonna be fucking hilarious.
Have you seen his National Geographic show that he did?
Which one?
It's on Disney Plus. It's like it's a Nat Geo show. There's only 1 season of it, but he pretty much goes to a location and then he meets with like a chef of the local area, and then throughout the whole episode he goes and gets the ingredients, but he has to go to locations to actually get them from their like natural state so that he can use them later at the end of the show, where then he makes dishes with the chef that he met in the beginning of the episode. But it's a pretty cool concept, and unfortunately it's just 1 season, but it's really cool. And I like Gordon. To me, like, he seems like a really chill dude. He obviously plays the character really well of himself. Yeah. But like, he definitely seems like a really cool dude to be.
Yeah, if you he used to do this because he uploads a lot of stuff to his YouTube channel as well, where he's just like cooking like easy dinners with like his kids or whatever. Yeah. And that's also pretty cool. He also has these this other one where you have like this average dude come and try and make, and they have their backs turned to each other, and they just have to read they have to read the instructions and ingredients of how to make something, and then they have to eat each other's meal after it's all prepared, and it always ends up looking like shit for the guy that's on there. And he's just like,
wow.
now I have to eat this? What the hell are you doing? What is this? It's just like, yeah, he's pretty funny. He's actually a super big dude.
Yeah, I've heard he's very tall.
Yeah, he's very tall.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. He'd be really fun to have at the table, I think.
That would
Especially
be a good
if he
one.
made the meal.
That
But
would be a good one.
I'd love to hear like his least favorite people he's ever worked with. I want to hear stories about that. That would be awesome.
You just want to hear him talk shit. I like that.
Yeah.
I just want to hear him talk shit. 100%.
Oh man. Yeah, mine is gonna be an actor, and
Okay.
I gotta go with RDJ. I gotta go with Robert Downey Jr. We gotta get some Robert Downey Jr. in here.
Okay,
Just
Iron Man.
because so the thing is like I've seen Robert Downey Jr. In other roles that he's done where back in the day, like when he was, dealing with a lot of tough shit, where he was, there's a movie called Less Than Zero. I highly recommend you go see that movie. It's usually kind of around, it's very hard to find, but when you find it, just watch it. It's a great film. It's by far probably one of the best movies he's ever been in, and that is including Iron Man. It's just the performance, and to know where he was kind of at during that time is it's crazy. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it's definitely something to just kind of sit down, maybe have a box of tissues with you, and just watch the rest of the movie. And because it's about friendship and drug abuse and stuff like that. So it's a very good movie. And then even movies like Chaplin, like he did a really good job in there. He played a Charlie Chaplin, and it was just he was playing his life role as that. And then obviously, as we know, Iron Man was kind of his swan song, but eventually became his full-on career and has skyrocketed him into one of the biggest household names because of the role he's played. He's also very supportive for his son, who dealt with a lot of problems that he was kind of repeating in his father's footsteps. But Robert did a crazy good job into helping him, where his dad didn't really help him, but he helped his son out instead of doing hand holding. Like, he was there, but he wasn't. He let him take the blunt of it. He let his kid know, hey, I'm here for you, but you made your mistake. And so because of that, he's very supportive. Though, if you actually follow Robert Downey Jr. on his Instagram, he actually will post stuff about his son's band on his Instagram because he knows everyone's going to watch the video and know about his son's band.
Yeah.
He's kind of becoming an activist of saving, I think, a rainforest is what he was doing just a little while ago. It's kind of beaten. And I really respect the dude of coming from where he was to really turning his life around.
He was pretty down there.
Oh, he was almost dead down there.
He was, he was fighting addiction.
Down bad,
Wait, I'm pretty sure it didn't take jail time to get his ass out of whatever he was doing. Did
I think it was multiple jail.
He went to jail, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was off and on for a while, but he finally pulled it together and really did something really good with this.
You got to think Joe. He has to think Joe Favreau for that too.
Yeah, Jon Favreau. Yeah, for putting him in Iron Man. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to know his inner circle, because I hear that Mel Gibson actually stepped up to the plate to have him go into auditions, and he helped him get jobs because Mel Gibson was going out. And so then when Mel Gibson was going through his rough shit, Robert Downey Jr. did the same thing. He tried to support him. He goes, hey, cool. Look, I know he's done some bad stuff, but really look at this. Unfortunately, Mel Gibson's career kind of fluttered in the wind because, he just wasn't getting the roles.
No, it's not even that. We all know what he said.
Well, I mean but that was after that. It was after that, though. That was what Robert was helping him with. But yeah, it kind of didn't happen. But yeah, like you're saying, Jon Favreau definitely helped him out too. Took a chance on him and really, really changed that dude's life. But yeah, I think Robert Downey Jr. would be another good person. That's my four.
He'd be really cool. cool guy to have at the table for sure.
All right, Tyler.
My fourth is I feel like out of everybody's list, I have like the weirdest one, especially with this one. It's
boy.
gonna have to be Lee Harvey Oswald.
Okay.
What?
See.
So you were thinking of presidents, and then you think of this guy?
I was going to put a president on there.
I know. And then you thought the guy who assassinated JFK?
Yes. Because when I was in middle school is when I was like heavily obsessed with like certain events in life.
Okay.
Like looking
you were a
into
weird
like
kid.
why certain yeah, I definitely was. I didn't really come out you wouldn't see me like in like the school library looking up, oh damn, like JFK got shot, this and that, and no. I did not express that at home. In the privacy the privacy of my bedroom is where I looked up all that shit. So
lots of porn.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely prime time porn ages in middle school. We were getting that.
Are you saying you lied when you clicked the terms of use? Anyway.
But it was that was one of them. Like, I looked up like, the whole Malcolm X, the Martin Luther King thing, the JFK thing, and I spent more time on the John F. Kennedy thing. And I always wondered, like, I don't think Lee Harvey Oswald said why he did it.
No, he got killed before he could.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was like, what's the guy's name? Like something Ruby something or something Ruby shot him, and his reason
killed him.
Yeah, his reason for shooting him was like, I could have let the president's wife go through like the court case or whatever. Like,
that's what he said. I remember that.
And ironically, or unironically, I guess, I don't know, that Ruby guy or the guy who shot him, after he was gonna come out with everything why he did it or like shit that he knew, he died.
Oh boy.
I think he was going to jail.
There's a conspiracy.
He was in jail. He was like, I'm gonna confess to everything. And I think they say he died from like cancer or some shit. I'm like,
okay.
They give him radiation.
Definitely not gonna. But yeah, like I got like all the people on my list. I have to pick the brains of every single one. Like, what?
So what would you ask him? What would you ask?
Why, bitch?
Fair enough. Fair question.
That's
he's a pretty popular president. So
yeah.
Like why him? Like you could. It's fucked up to say. Like, you could have shot anybody, but that's the reality of the world we live in. You could have shot anybody, and like, did he actually do it? Because I'm pretty sure you guys should all know about like the whole like grassy knoll.
Yeah, there's like conspiracies. Yeah, about
that somebody else shot him.
Could have shot him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was watching videos on that. So my teacher actually made us watch a video on a couple of those things. So I was like, oh, okay. So yeah,
that's fair enough. All right, Dave. What is your fourth?
Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You should know why.
Yeah.
You should know why, but
enough said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get in his head, man. I want to know why. No, not why, but
like how you're so brave.
Yeah, how you're so brave, sir. How did you fight for our rights? How did you get us free?
And how did you stay so calm, cool, and collective?
Yeah.
He
was angry. He was angry.
Oh yeah. But it's like.
But he was very mature about what
exactly. That was the exact word I was gonna say. Like, how do you be with everyone calling you names and saying these lies about you?
Yeah.
How do you keep that together to still rally for a good cause? I kind of yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna ask him one more thing. Do you think that the future that's right now, did you hope that it would come to this where we're together but we're still separated at the same time?
Yeah. It's just not as bad anymore. It's just
Or another one is do you think you could have did more in order?
Yeah, like, that's a heavy question.
Looking at it today, just looking at it today, like looking at the world right now, you could have did more to change things.
Yeah. Do you feel like you succeeded, or do you feel like
you failed?
Yeah. Huh. I never really thought about it like that.
I read something interesting on Twitter. There's two things I wanted to bring up. One thing was definitely that people were saying, I'm not like a Martin Luther King enthusiast, so I wasn't really keeping track towards the end of his life. But people say he was becoming like people that talked to him, like he was more so leaning towards like the Malcolm X side, like towards like the end, like where he was assassinated, of more so being violent. I guess people were saying that, you know, at some point he realized that shit can't get done peacefully. I'll take my word on it. That's what I read. I also read that the bullet that killed him is not what actually killed him. Thing on Twitter that says what actually killed him was the doctor afterwards, like fucking strangled him in his sleep.
Ooh.
That they said like through like anger and maybe of course racial tension at the time.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theory is people say, oh, it's definitely true, but you can never trust.
I think we need to do another. We need to do a topic about conspiracy theories now.
Yeah.
And we got to get Tyler back.
This tinfoil hat shit going.
I'm heavy on it, but like I said, quickly it was just like after like he was saved from the bullet, but actually like the doctor came back. The doctor probably, of course, being white at the time, like put a pillow over his head and just suffocated him. That's what this thing said. Can you believe it? I do not know, but that's one of the things to think about. It would be interesting.
Interesting, yeah. Well, I think we have enough time to go around the horn one more time for our final and our full table of 5, as long as we all stick to 2 minutes. So, Ashton, go ahead, give us your final person you'd put on the table.
Final person. I gotta honestly, I'm gonna go with PewDiePie.
Okay.
Oh. He's taking a break, right?
Yeah, he's taking a break. He's gonna be back. He's doing a vacation. He's never had like an honest to God vacation. Their honeymoon was only like 5 days. They cut it short so he could
come back and stream,
and start working again.
So yeah, PewDiePie.
I want him on there. And some of you may sigh and cringe. You know, it's the whole thing. Like with PewDiePie is that everybody who doesn't watch him just remembers him as like being the cringy for kids like content, you know, screaming and being fucking annoying, which I hated him back then as well. Now the content he does make, he's just making it for him, and people have stuck with him through it. I just wanted to kind of like get in his head a little bit, like how he gets through like all these controversies that he gets himself into, because sometimes he's an idiot. Also, like what made him go from making that style of content to something more like mature and entertaining, actually. And like, I just want to. I don't really have to ask him about his thoughts on YouTube because he makes videos about it all the time. YouTube is trash. They suck. But I guess
they're also
like
the platform we're posting this on. So.
Yes. And that's fine. We're not gonna get featured, so whatever. But like, I don't know. For me, it'd be like how he's able to keep up. The main question I want to ask him is how he does it, because he's been uploading almost every single day. There have been a couple days missed here and there, but almost every single fucking day for the past 10 years.
But yeah, he is definitely one of those people that's just like very rambunctious, but I have a feeling like he can probably talk your ear off of like, yeah, this is like my method of how I do this and what I need to do to be myself in my own videos. Yeah,
I also like him. He's a humble guy. You know, he's not like super egotistical. From what I can see off of his videos, obviously you can edit that to make yourself look however you want, but I don't know. He just seems like somebody who's real, who doesn't want to put on a face. You know, he's at the top. He doesn't really give a shit.
He's learned from his mistakes and stuff like that.
Learned from his many mistakes. But
yeah,
I feel like that's him now. Like I definitely did not enjoy him in the beginning. Like
Same.
In the beginning, I could have said like he like definitely I think he had an ego. But like as you just said, you get to the top. What the fuck do you have to show off for? You can just be yourself because no one's gonna knock him down from where he is. No one can. Like he's fine. So like then like you get to that point, that high point, you can just be yourself. You can put out whatever you want. Damn near say whatever you want, as he has been doing. So what I feel like I would like his content more now than I would then.
Yeah, I didn't like his content before. It was too annoying.
I never really
all cringe.
His
content now is hella good.
No,
Dude, his videos are good. He does a meme video, multiple a week. He just reviews memes on Reddit and shit.
Yeah.
He talks about the state of the platform, certain cringe shit that happens. He has this thing called Pew News where he just like goes off about shit that's going on all the time. He makes up a stupid character for it.
It'll definitely be something we miss for the remaining of this year. But yeah.
He's gonna be gone starting early next year. He didn't give it a specific.
Yeah, but
date,
Elsa's gonna be
so-
gone
this
early
year
next
when this episode comes out, it comes out this year, right?
Oh,
This
yeah.
year. Anyway, we're moving on.
What else is gonna be gone this year or next year? Porn on Twitter.
Oh, that's
Fuck.
Really?
that's for a different thing. That was
We're-
for a
we're
different thing.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
So, the last person that I'm gonna bring to the table is I wanted to get a musical artist as well to my table, and I also noticed that I didn't have very many I didn't have any women at the table yet. So I decided to go with a relatively newer person that I kind of started looking into. Is Halsey.
Halsey.
So-
Yeah.
something
like her
about
music so much.
Halsey that I've like started to listen to that I'm like, oh, she really does write her own music. It's kind of the same vibe I get from, in a different way, but sort of the same, of how Kendrick and J. Cole write, is very much like they're writing from either experience or from the heart, or poetry in motion is more of Kendrick style. But like with Halsey, she literally wrote a breakup note and she mentions it in another song that she did with Post Malone. But like that song she wrote after the breakup with G-Eazy, that whole disaster happened. But I don't know, it's kind of interesting to just get in the mind of a musical artist, especially from her perspective. The fact that she writes her music, she performs her music, and that trait seems to be getting lost now. Not very many people write their own music anymore. It's all about, I got to get 6 people and go out on stage and sing what they wrote for me. So yeah, I think I kind of aspire to or find that intriguing about her, is just to get that from, especially with the table that I got going for me. It's definitely an interesting one to have all these people around that are very creative types in their own ways to discuss what they're very creative about. So that's my last one, is Halsey.
That's a pretty good one. I like
Tyler,
the music
last one.
Actually, fuck, I really don't have a last one. I'm gonna just say this off the top of my head, just
Okay.
because.
Off the top of the dome.
Getting some dome.
I need some of that actually. Let's
Uh
talk about that.
Stay focused.
No. I want to talk to that 16-year-old activist for nature.
Oh, the one
Chick?
that Trump doesn't
Yeah.
like?
Yeah. Oh my
Oh, the
god.
girl from where she's from, France.
It-
France.
it's,
I think she's.
no, I think she's from like Norway. Not Norway.
Yeah, I think she's Norway. I
Really?
think somewhere
Region,
over there.
okay.
Yeah,
gotta
I
look
want
it up
to.
if
I
you
mean,
want.
obviously, I don't think I have to explain why I want to talk to her, but I would like to talk to her because a lot of people are like, she's like a, I'm gonna say like an industry plant, because like, you know, there's no industry when it comes to like nature, but you know, like all her shit is like trying to push a different motive. I'm like, and obviously we see how Trump feels.
She is Swedish, I believe.
Swedish. I wanted to say Swedish at first, but yeah, she is Swedish.
Ah, I like
Okay.
the fish.
Her name's Greta.
Greta.
I love the fish.
That's a very
Thunberg?
Swedish name.
Thunberg.
Greta.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg, I think is her name. Greta Thunberg.
Thunberg.
Yeah,
Sound like a Disney character. Not even gonna lie.
we'll see. Give it time.
Give it a time, right?
Yeah, but man, I would like to talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Day. Last one. Send us off.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
So that's So this one was weird because I only read one of his books, but George Orwell.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that War of the Worlds, the guy?
No,
no,
that's
that's
Animal
Farm,
The Animal Farm, that's right. That's
And
that.
1984.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
directed
so-
movies too, didn't he?
No, he's wrote books.
Just books? Okay. Go
Books
ahead.
and stuff like that. Yeah. So him, I wanted to get into his mind because the way that 1984 was perceived, it was sort of like what's going on right now, where like literally, like he saw the future. Like now we're so surrounded by technology, and
And it's all kind of coming
Yeah.
true.
kind of coming through, like it's a dystopia right now. Like soon we're like right now, like places like China, they have cameras and stuff like that that literally, like if they see you capture your face, they have your whole ID, like up, like your whole identification about you and whatever. It's crazy. So I just want to get in his mind, like, how did you know when you wrote the book in 1950 that it would kind of be like this.
Yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. He actually died in January 21st, 1950, at age 46.
Yeah, he wrote the book and it got released or some shit like that.
Yeah, no,
Some
it's
shit.
yeah, but it's like I do remember reading Animal Farm because that's
Yeah,
definitely
that was
something.
part of
Yeah, I read that in high school.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reading curriculum there. It says first published in England on August 17th, 1945. So during World War II, this book was published, which was pretty interesting of just like coming up in a really hard time to be writing books about this anti-fascism and especially in Europe. Yeah, that would definitely be a pretty good pick.
Yeah, 1949. Yeah, that's when the book was released everywhere else. 1949. Yeah.
1984 is what I have here.
No, the published. That's when it's published. That's what I see.
Oh,
June
no.
8th,
But the book
1949.
is. Oh, is there another book?
No, that's when it was published. Like again, it was like published.
Well, there is a
in, like,
book
Britain.
called 1984.
No. I'm saying like in all over the world, where that's when it was like released. But like in Britain, it was released early. That's what I'm saying.
Got it. I see. 1984, a novel often published as 1984, is a dystopian novel by English novelist George Orwell. It was published in June 1949.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
yeah, that's good, man. All right, so let's round it off here. We got about 5 minutes left in here. Okay. Let's see what our tables look like so far. Ashton, who do you have at your table when it's all said and done?
I got Mike Myers, Jim Carrey, PewDiePie, Joe Rogan,
and Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everyone.
Pretty interesting table.
That is a pretty interesting table. It's gonna be very loud. I could definitely tell that you guys are gonna be the loud table of the night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, and then mine is Walt Disney, Bill Gates, Denis Villeneuve, I think is how you say his name, Robert Downey Jr. and Halsey. It's a very eclectic group, but I think they all kind of come together in that whole creative process sort of thing that they got to come up with their own stuff to bring and they've all had very interesting lives to where they got to be where they are. So I think that it's a pretty interesting table. Tyler, what is your final five?
It's Hitler, Fred Hampton, Nikola Tesla, Lee Harvey Oswald, and Greta Thunberg. I don't know how to pronounce the last name.
Thunberg, yeah. That is very interesting.
Yeah, that whole list.
Yeah.
Hitler is literally going to flip a lid with all of those people.
Well, no,
and Greta or what?
I mean, he'd only be fine. He'd be fine with everybody else except for Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton is black.
And Greta.
Well, Greta's what? We mean Greta is she's not Jewish.
No, but she's very against everything he says.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, I'm talking about like physical appearance wise.
Oh
he's
yeah,
fine with everybody.
I guess so.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody. Yes, I'm pretty sure. Besides that, like everybody in that room is against what Hitler believed. Like, yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald killed somebody, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't like, yeah, let's fucking round up 6 million whatever race, right, and kill them. I'm pretty sure everyone besides Hitler is against that.
It's a pretty interesting table. All right, Day, and what does your final table look like? I don't know where he went. He's like kind of went out there.
Yeah, he just muted for a second. Maybe he's having to take a shit.
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, like, we'll get to Day in just a second. Is there any like honorable mentions that you guys had? All right, rapid fire. Just throw them all out there, Ashton.
Leader of the Illuminati. Done.
Wow. That's interesting.
You can know everything.
Maybe.
Tell me all the conspiracies. Tell me all of
them. Mine, I only had one, was Natalie Portman. Natalie Portman was my honorable mention.
Oh, yeah.
Just because she's very, it's just her acting is so crazy to see where she's come from. After watching her in Leon the Professional, it's just like, wow, you had it back then too. Like you had it as a little girl, and now you still do have it. It's just crazy how well she is as an actress. Tyler, any honorable mentions?
Fuck, not really, but because like Ashton said the whole like leader of the, I was gonna say leader of the Illuminati. I was gonna in turn say the leader of the Ku Klux Klan. Again, what the fuck is your problem?
Whoa.
That would be
What?
interesting. That
You
a
want the
Grand
most
Wizard or
toxic
something?
table ever.
Yeah.
I
Oof.
do. I
Wow.
gotta pick
I
brains.
can't
You
see
have
shit
to.
out of this thing.
Because like I said, all the people I picked is more so. Why did you do what you wanted to do?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there he
Day,
is.
are you there?
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
sweet.
hello.
Okay. Yes.
Sound like shit again.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
okay.
He got lost again. If he comes back, we'll let him do his final 5, but I'm going to close us out here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening. If you've been listening to the whole entire podcast, thank you so much. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on wherever you are listening to, whether you're hitting it over there on iTunes or
Hello?
Podbean. Hey, Day, we're going to get to you just a second. Actually, you know what?
Mhm.
In case we lose you, can you give us your final table of 5 after everything's said and done? What was your final 5?
Sorry about that too.
No, you're good. You're good.
So I have Stan Lee, Kendrick Lamar, Martin Luther King Jr., Neil deGrasse Tyson, and George Orwell.
Oh man, that is there is gonna be some heavy talks going on. I feel like
Can we put all our tables together? Imagine that one.
oh wow,
Oh, no,
that's a
pass.
big table. There's a lot of
That's a big
yelling and a
table,
lot of shouting. Well, yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for listening. If you listen on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell button to get notified when videos get uploaded, and go ahead and wherever you're listening to it, links are in the description below for going to primaltarget.com, for checking us out over there on mixer.com/primaltarget. You can see Ashton over there, repping the cred over there.
Yeah.
PT Nation going strong. Yeah, and a special big thanks to BIGDAE himself. Day, you were awesome in this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this.
Yeah, man.
It's been a crazy ride.
Where can we find you, Day? Where can we find you?
You can find me anywhere. I'm on every platform. YouTube.com/BIGDAE, Mixer.com/BIGDAE. That's BIGDAE, not big. BIGDAY. So it's not like that. It's with an E at the
Okay.
end.
Day as in DAE. All right.
Yes,
Got
and
it.
we will put all of those links in the description below, no matter where you are watching this or listening to this on. And that way you can get some quick access to go check out some BIGDAE streams and some awesome content that he's putting out over there. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Tyler, you're just kind of here every once in a while, so I think you've been in videos before, so
Yeah.
do you want to do a plug?
Hell no, I want to do. Oh, I want to do a plug. Watch my fucking stream highlights. I'll
Yeah.
work on those.
Right
Oh,
here on Primal
yeah.
Target, on here on the YouTube. He does those. That is one thing. Yeah, maybe we'll
Yeah.
put that at the end of this video. We'll put a stream highlights video there so you can go
Oh,
check them
God.
out. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bah.